Good morning. I'm here for another collective reading. Now, today I'm going to read you a little bit from our good book, all right? And it's relating to how our system has developed and how we have worked against God's law, natural law, and how we have pretty much destroyed what God provided with us for us, and the realization that we need to restore what God provided for us, because we've worked very, very hard over the centuries to destroy what God gave us in the first place, right? Trying to recreate God's creations, like change it, because it wasn't, because we've all, like humanity has just tried to change or destroy God's creations by the way they've operated in, like making it their own, like that's the devil's energy, right? Like trying to pull apart what God provided and rebuild it to make it, like that's the devil trying to play God, right? So let me read this, and this is from Lamentations, right? 4:2. So we've got prayer to restoration. Okay, hang on, I'll get my glasses. Turn on this light. Okay. Remember, O Lord, has come upon us. Look and behold our reproach. Our inheritance has been turned over to aliens, and our houses to foreigners. We have become orphans and waifs. Our mothers are like widows. We pay for the water we drink, and our wood comes at a price. They pursue at our heels. We labour and have no rest. We have given our hand to the Egyptians and the Assyrians, and to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers sinned and are no more, but we bear their iniquities. Servants rule over us. There is none to deliver us from their hand. We get our bread at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the wilderness. Our skin is hot as an oven because of the fever of famine. They ravished the women in Zion, the maidens in the cities of Judah. Princes were hung up by their hands, and elders were not respected. Young men ground at the millstones, boys staggered under loads of wood. The elders have ceased gathering at the gate, and the young men from their music. The joy of our heart has ceased. Our dance has turned into mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. Because of this our heart is faint. Because of these things our eyes grow dim. Because of Mount Zion, which is desolate, with foxes walking about on it, you, O Lord, remain forever, your throne from generation to generation. Why do you forget us forever and forsake us for so long at a time? Turn us back to you, O Lord, and we will be restored. Renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and are very angry with us. So for me, or the way I interpret this, is how we have taken what God provided for us and destroyed it by trying to change it, try to play God by actually not being gracious or thankful for how he presented our world to us, and have only worked to bring it down and change it and destroy it and try and make it something else. And you know, and in doing so, we've enslaved ourselves to be working for this system that only works actually to destroy what God provided for us in the first place. So anyway, let's pull some cards on this. I'll first pull from our thank you, see, confirmation, Aboriginal Spiritual Oracle. We're going to pull some here first because it is definitely relevant for our manifestations. Where do we go from here? After we've done so much destruction to what we had been given, our prayers are about restoration, restoring what God provided for us in the first place. All right. What do we need to know here? Spirit, Holy Ancestors, Holy Spirit, Holy Ancestors, Holy Jesus. Look what just came out. Straight up, manifestation. What we want to manifest now? Restoration. Restoration for what we have lost. What have we lost here, Spirit? What are we manifesting? Self-respect. Being still and manifesting our own self-respect. Wow. That's being still and actually having a look at what we are sabotaged. We've sabotaged our own gifts. We need to restore our own self-respect. We put ourselves to enslavement. And in the stillness, we need to go within and recognize that and regain our self-respect, to restore, to manifest. Our manifestations are about restoration. What else we got here, Spirit? Wow. What else do we need to know? Ooh, that's too many. One at a time, please, Spirit. One at a time. Thank you. Oh, we got two anyway. But anyway, oh, we got three. So that'll be challenges. This is the challenge. Creativity. Reflection. So that's what I just said. The stillness, we've got to go within and reflect on this. Let's look at this situation for what it is. People just keep going on, keep going along. Oh, well, I'm making some money for, you know, my food and bread today. And what did it say in that? In the Lamentations there, you know, like where, you know, we've been reduced to just eating bread. Turmoil. And, you know, to reflect on that turmoil, this is like almost giving me like, see that tree? It looks like it's actually dead. I don't see any leaves on that tree, and the ground being poisoned from the tree. Oh, you know what I got there? Straight away. What's going on here? You know, they're using a lot of sprays to take out the trees. So they can plant more crops or mine or whatever the hell. And this is still going on now with the little amount of trees we've got left. They're spraying, right? And it kills the tree, but it doesn't only kill the tree, it goes down into the ground and it kills anything else growing on that ground. This is poison leaching out of the tree that they've killed, the tree that they poisoned. and then that goes and leached out. Now I remember somebody saying to me, somebody who was working closely with sprays, and this person was a gardener, and this was over in the eastern states, and they had there was a school that they were working for, and they banned glyphosate use. And glyphosate has been banned in the US, but here in Australia it's still used a lot here. But anyway, the school banned the glyphosate use, and then so they introduced another pesticide, another poison, and with that poison they sprayed the tree or the weed or whatever it is they're killing. But what happened is that then leached down into the root system, and then went down, and this is what I'm seeing here, this is what I've seen straight up, went down and leached out into the ground and killed anything, and it would go to the next plant, kill that, and then it would go to the next plant and kill that, and so on, until it just killed everything out. I don't know for how long that goes on for, until it, I don't know, the plant becomes, I have no idea, but anyway, that's what I got there. And the Spirit just said, that's the truth. That's the truth of the situation. But nobody's listening, right? I mean, I go outside, and you know, like now, after all the rain and everything, we get a lot of, there's confusion here. We get like the weeds all start growing, and everyone comes out with their poison pack and start killing everything. It's like anything green, you kill it. Like once upon a time, people used to just go out and mow or cut it, or you live with the greenery. I don't ever remember it being an issue, like growing up. But people never used all these poisons. I don't remember. We have a King of Wands here in a chariot. Who is this? Somebody passionate. Okay, manifestation. Manifestation. What have we got here, Spirit? What's the messages for us today? What are the other messages? Manifestation. So we've got a Ten of Wands, which is the burden. And I just got like burden of creation just came out of my mind just right then. And I have a painting that's actually called The Burden of Creation. And that's about, what you plan is what you get in return, right? So I'll just go and get the painting and show you, okay? Because it's kind of interesting. But we've also got the Ace of Wands, so this is a new beginning. So we've got the burden of creation, and this is what I'm calling this Ten of Wands here, with manifestation. So we must be very careful about what we create or what we choose to manifest at this time, because we've got to live with, okay? But just give me a minute, I'll show you the painting because it's kind of interesting. See? So this, I call this painting The Burden of Creation. And it's about this is actually my mum, actually. And the daffodils represent her children. And the point here is like she's created the children, but she's like burdened from them, and this is like coming from a time of a lot of stress with what she's created, her children, right? Because children can be stressful if they're out there doing the wrong thing, and I think a lot of us did, right? And anyway, so this can end up making us look ridiculous, right? That burden of how what we create is a contradiction to what we actually wanted to manifest. So in that. And in this reading, we have to be very careful, because what we create is what we receive. And like in my painting here, this is the creation. This is the children that have apparently been burdensome on this individual, which happens to be my mum. Anyway, so what we've got here is we've got the Ten of Wands and we've got the Ace of Wands. So in our new beginning and our manifestation, we have to be very, very careful on what we create, what we manifest from here on, because it could end up being very burdensome, because what goes around comes around, right? So whatever we project, whatever we put out there, whatever we wish for, be careful what you wish for, okay? But in this new beginning, we must be careful, but this is a burden. So the burden is what we have already created, actually, because of this situation, this destruction of what God created for us. Sit on that for a moment. Reflect on that. Why are we killing what God created for us? How is God going to react to that? You know, because it's inconvenient for us to have to like rake up leaves under a tree. The inconvenience of it being messy. That idea also has springing to mind. You know, like the messy police, right? You know how generations past have been brought up to, you know, be consistently cleaning up, you know, cleaning up and anything on the ground, like, you know, cutting things down, making everything flat and clean, even at the detriment of losing your shade. Like, cut a tree down, but, you know, now you don't have any shade for the summer, you know, this kind of thing, because you don't want to rake up after the fall, after the trees dropping their whatever, their leaves and shit. And it's the same as like with the weeds, you know, people get out there and they're spraying all the weeds to death and killing the ground, where they're then killing the worms and the frogs in the river, all the microbiology in the dirt, which is alive, which actually helps our plants and stuff grow, and then have to go to the shop, go to the Bunnings or whatever to go and get some supplements to put in the ground when they cleared it all and killed everything, and then go to the shop to buy the supplements that need for the other the plants that they want to grow, right? It's like insanity. It is insanity, right? Whereas, you know, our Indigenous communities, they just worked with the ground. But we've been programmed to, we've been programmed by the devil, I'll put it, to work against what God's already provided us, is the way I see it. The Princess of Wands, we have a message here of the Nine of Swords. So there's regret. There's regret in this. And stillness, so we need to be reflecting. We need to be reflecting on this, and what is it we're going to be manifesting for the future at this time. Stillness. Oh, so we need to go into our stillness. Here we have it. And it's been often juggling the pentacles. We have a Queen of Swords here, who stands in truth. And the first thing I noticed on this card, and I never noticed this before, I don't know why, but there's two snakes here with the two pentacles. So from Adam and Eve, you know, in the introduction, you know, with the snake tempting Eve with the apple, and then tempting Adam, you know, whatever, however that story, you want to interpret that story, at the end of the day, that apple tree had the knowledge, had given the knowledge, the apple had given the knowledge for man to toil and labour. That was the sin, right? And that was the thing, like, for that sweeter apple, you know. That was the temptation, because it was always that, you know, like wanting things to be better, you know, like, and tasting that sweeter apple, they felt that they could create better than God. Or they want, you know, like, 'cause they got that little taste of being able to, you know, like, I'm always talking about co-creating, but this is not, this is actually trying to take God's place in the creation, like to get rid of what God created, and start, you know, try to be the creator. But God is all that was and all that will ever be, right? And created everything. So these snakes sent to us to make us think that we could create better, you know. The Queen of Swords here could be represented as like Eve here. The idea, that butterfly on the crown. Well, this is actually talking about the idea, we've got death here at the bottom of the deck, and work. The end of this labouring. We want to co-create with God, not work against God, right? Chasing the pinnacle, ever chasing the material, you know, for things to be better than what we already have, what we're provided for. So we're being asked to be still and to reflect on this situation as to what we are going to receive in the future lies on what we create at this time, or what we project, or what we, you know, like, careful what you wish for, right? What is it we're wishing for? What is it that we want to, what is it, how do we want our future to be? Do we want to have to slave our asses off for the rest of our lives because we chose to go against what God's already given us? We use the gifts that God gives us to create with God, not go against natural law. Self-respect. Let's have some self-respect, right? Here we've got the Eight of Swords and the Prince of Hearts in reverse. And self-respect. So coming out of the, this is coming out of that, out of the head, like, see, like in the head about, you know, like in the head about like where the weeds are growing, right? Well, daffodils aren't weeds, but you know what I mean. You know, like we're in our head about what we've been presented with, and we're looking at it in a negative, looking at it, what we've been given in a negative light, unapologetically with the Prince of Cups here. We've got a tower here. This is a realization that it's all been an illusion that the devil's had us in. We're being told to reflect on this. The illusions. Reflection. And this is reflecting, and this is reflecting on our land here. See how it's got the hands out, what we've been given by God. He's got the hands out, and what we've been given, and these nodes, this crystalline grid, the nodes, how everything is connected. Every single living thing is connected and needs to be respected, because they're all connected in the third chain in some way. You start killing it like this, then that disrupts the whole of God's system. Truth. Spirit says this is the truth. Tower. We've been foolish into think that we can make it better than what God's given us. You know, just destroyed. Reflection. Reflection. Spirit. Reflection. Reflection. Prince of Wands. Message. This here I'm getting like, this is all, this is like, to me, straight away it gave me, you know, like the frontier, you know, like that apparently discovering a new land. Standing up there with his wand and looking down the hill going, yes, this is prosperous land. Let's clear everything off it and turn it into what we want. But they didn't take into consideration who was already there and how that system actually worked. And this is like, this person didn't think twice about this. They were unapologetic about coming in and just clearing what God had already made. There was just no thought whatsoever. Wheel of Fortune. They just seen it as a Wheel of Fortune. You know, like they just seen it as, you know, like a money situation. You know, like prosperity. But they didn't realise that that was a, yeah, that place was a prosperous place with lots of resources. But they did everything they could. The Seven of Wands here. Confronting the Seven of Wands with this battle. Those defending that land. He's just walking into it. You know, as a king of wands. arrogance, with arrogance, arrogantly walking into her. It's like defenseless, right? I'm getting from this. It's like he's looking at these wands defending this land as defenseless. It's like he's got his shield down, right? Like he's not even holding it up towards these wands. It's like easy, you know what I mean? Like easy picking is what I'm getting. Is how they seen it. And I guess it was because they didn't have the same sort of, they didn't have guns and stuff like that to defend the land. And I can just see this arrogance in this person here. Like, yep, that's ours. We're taking it. This is a fortune here. The wheel is turning in our favour, and we're going to strip it of resources. Cut down the trees. Create turmoil. See? Turmoil. Spirit says this is the truth. Creating turmoil for God's people. Saying God's people, right? Those that were living harmoniously with God's creations. Truth. Truth and the Seven of Wands, Spirit. Chariot, coming in quickly. Well, the truth is coming. Change. This truth is bringing change. This truth coming out. This truth coming is bringing change again, once again, from the past, the truth of the past. And this chariot is, like galloping over these fields to bring a message of the past. There's a magician here. What is it we're creating from here on? Queen of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, I said Queen of Pentacles, but it's actually the Princess of Pentacles. Moving slowly. Resources are moving slowly. Resources, and here we have the Sun. This is exposure. The Five of Wands, defense. They're being defensive of this exposure of the past. Prince of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Swords in reverse. Nine of Cups. So they are not heartbroken over this. Six of Swords, moving to calmer waters. Chariot and truth, Holy Spirit. Chariot and truth. Chariot and truth. Chariot and truth. Yes, Chariot and truth. Oh, we have an Emperor. Princess of Swords, this is education, this is information. We've got the Lovers here. Partnerships. Knowledge, the Emperor. The Five of Cups in reverse, so there's no remorse. Princess of Cups. There's no remorse or apology here from this Emperor. With this knowledge, even though they know this, they have this knowledge. With the Lovers. 6 partnerships of the past. They have this knowledge. They have the knowledge of this with the partnerships of the past. What's happened in the past, they know about it. It's like a not. Oh, my hand's just cramped up. And not caring, It's like just with this knowledge of past experience, we have to take this knowledge of past experience into our future manifestations, because we're at a time of change with the Chariot. But we have a very ignorant emperor here. Ignorant empire. They know. They know. They know. Okay. So let's see where we need to what the collective need to know in relation to this history and our manifestations for the future. So, and what do we need? What does the collective need to know in regards to the manifestations for the future? What actions do we need to take, Holy Spirit? Old person, shh. Someone wants us to shh. Got old person in reverse. That's like getting rid of the old. Trade in reverse. Shh, trade, old. What do we need in our new manifestation, Spirit? That means get rid of the old. Having said that, it's like the immediate old, not, and it's like we've got consumers. Ooh. Now this is something that we really need to be aware of, right? Because when you start talking about getting rid of the old and the consumers, you know, like this is what happened with Nazi Germany. It was about getting rid of those traders and those perceived to be the consumers. This is very dangerous ground here. Very dangerous ground. Because some people who may be perceived to be the big consumers may not be. It may be those that are actually, those being persecuted are innocent. We have innocent consumers as well. So education for the innocent consumers, you know, like, because they're just consuming as it's been put forth. It's like not knowing, you know, like it's like all those like Hitler Youth, and they didn't know. They were just being programmed, you know, with mind control. It's very, very easy to control people. I mean, Hitler proved that, right? So what is it we need to know at this time? We don't want to be going back and repeating that kind of history. But this is what we're actually facing at the moment. Because this emperor here doesn't give a fuck. He's going to confuse the populations with misinformation about who the enemy actually is. This is the challenge in creative thought. What is it we're manifesting here? With leadership and responsibility and connectivity to past hurts and sadness. What we've perceived to be victory in achievement and accomplishments towards freedom has caused confusion So what is it we need to do moving forward? Holy Mother Mary. Troublemaker, happiness hater is in reverse. We have Mother Mary here. Holy Mary Mother. Holy Mother of God, Creator, Earth. Okay, I'm picking up this Holy Mother Mary card as actually Mother Earth. Created by God. Mother of God. That term, think about that. Mother of God, when God is the all creator. Who is the mother of God? Or what is the mother of God? I'm not talking about the mother of Jesus, Son of God. We're talking about the mother of God. I might have to have a look in the Bible for that. Mother of God. Imagine there being a mother of God when God is the all creator. Could the mother of God be antimatter? The nothingness? And God the seed? I don't know. Here we've got humiliation, and okay, so that's landed over here on the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So that burden of humiliation. Now this goes back to the domination. So this is going back to my stories on the Generational Curse Breaker series. This is tapping into that again, right? I don't seem to be able to do a reading where it's not connected. And because we've got the Ten of Wands here, the burden, and the Ace of Wands, this is like the big penis manifesto. That big rod to cause humiliation to our masculine energies, demasculination, to cause the destruction. And it's almost like the destruction of our planet is being humiliated and shafted with the Ace of Wands here. Demasculinated. Our whole planet has been demasculinated. Stripped of all its honor with its resources, trees, plants, rivers, oceans, minerals, shafted, literally. Humiliation to the planet, humiliation to God. Well, humans are humiliating themselves to God, showing how shallow they are, with no depth and only seeing those material gains. What else here, Spirit? Queen of Swords. Yeah. Prayer and praise, Psalm 7. Prayer and praise for deliverance from enemies. The wicked brings forth iniquity. He conceives trouble and brings falsehood. He made a pit and dug it out and has fallen into the ditch which he made. What did I say? What goes around comes around. Trouble shall fall on his head. That's the humiliation. Because they've been so hungry. What do we need coming forward though, Spirit? How do we move forward on this? How do we move away? How do we... There's a witch. Got cold. A witch. And stolen goods. This is reversed. Stolen goods reversed. Why is the witch here though? The witch could be the manifester. The witch is not necessarily the darkness. The witch can be a alchemist, you know, taking the negative and turn it into positive. Because this has got the stolen goods in reverse. This is reversing. Reversing what the... reversing the old manifestation. Reversing what the witch has done. Reversing the negative afflictions on our planet and our people, our humility. Domination. Domination. From domination to safety. Forgiveness. Meditate. That one doesn't even belong here. Meditate on abundance, and we've got diamond. But one must be frugal. I hope you can hear me all right. Sing, hypnosis, contract. Because the whole, you know, we've got manifestation in reverse. Because the whole planet has been under hypnosis. We need to realign the planet, singing the song lines. Sing the planet back into alignment. God created, God spoke the world into existence. So what we project, what we speak out, what we wish for, is what we get. God sung into existence with a frequency. But we want to be on the higher frequency. We want to be up there with God on a higher level. We don't want to be down in the dark, in a low vibration, where it's still dark. What is it we want to receive in the future generations? What do you want for your children and your grandchildren? Do you want them to dwell in the darkness, or do you want them to be in the light? High frequency. God's light spoken into. Look who's with us. Oh my gosh. Old person in reverse. He's speaking through us. What does God speak through to in existence? Ooh, we don't. Sex addiction in reverse. The addictions. Clouded. This goes back to the hypnosis and the humiliation. Oh, fucking God. It's creations with humiliation. This is turned on its head. It's been a clouded, it's been designed to cause illusions. Those are now because new ones are sticking together. Oh yeah, like, wow, the raping of the land. Mindfulness, we need to be mindful now. This is still happening. Oh, we're going to crash. This is happening still. Isn't it? Again. This is how we've caused the illusions and the hypnosis is through these behaviours. But we've got this coming if we choose. Otherwise, crash. It's a choice. What do we want to manifest? What you speak into existence is what you shall receive. Soulmate in the river. We have a river. Let's put a clean river, right? Let's bring that into existence. Clean, fresh water for all without having to pay for it. The storm is in reverse. We need to stop the storm. Cyrus is here. Now Cyrus brought together the nations to live in harmony with each other. This weakness that we have for this rape and incest and sex addictions is in reverse. The weakness is in reverse. So the rape and pillage, we've got emotion or in reverse, or the water in, this is the rain in reverse. The storm is in reverse. Blessings can come if we wish, otherwise there's a drought. There could be a drought of resources. I don't want to even say the word, but we have the opportunity here, or God's giving us the opportunity to reverse the action of Armageddon and this storm and this drought. Oh God. And stop the rape and the incest of this sex addiction, like this domination of the planet. Which stolen goods in reverse. We need to sing into, realign the planet, sing into fruition God's creations. This is us. This is to co-create with God, because God gives us free will, right? It's not like God making all these things happen to us with the drought and storms and all that negative stuff. He gave us free will to make the choices. If that's the way we're going to go, just as Eve was allowed to eat that apple and Adam to follow suit. They chose to go down that road. We have an opportunity at this time to choose again. What's it going to be? I vote for clean rivers. Are we going to be hypnotized again? We need to tap into our higher selves and analyze this. Here we have the Roman Empress, Patrician noble Livia. The Roman Empress, Patrician noble, has wise counsel, bringing help. We have betrayal here. We have a handler though that's in reverse. So this is reversing the betrayal. Truth. And this is a new springtime. This is a new birth, a new spring, a new world. God's leaving this up to us with the help in reverse. We've got love here. Autumn. The autumn. It's when the leaves fall and everything goes into dormancy. Dormancy. Like an incubation period. An incubation period ready for the winter. It's like, you know, when you, like when the squirrels and that gather their nuts and hide them away for the winter. So this is a time to be preparing. Yeah, like gather the nuts and put them in your cave. Preparing for this new world. For the spring to come new. Crazy. But we're still under MK Ultra mind control. Spirit says it's crazy. Lost cause in reverse. It's not a lot. We have a glitch. We have a glitch in this system. So we have a glitch in this system of mind control. So this is where the change can happen. If we're listening. If we're listening. Glitch again, see? It's not a lost cause. We can still act. But it's crazy. We've got crazy there. We've got hold back and it's in reversed. We've got flowers coming. This is like the springtime is coming. The new beginning is coming. We've got a hacker in reverse. Heart chakra. It's stuck. Solar plexus chakra, creativity. So fake. Triggered in reverse. Trade. Fake trade. Listen. Or don't listen to the fake trade. Aliens. They're aliens. And aliens came out in that I read, right? Lamentation. They said. Aliens. Let me see if I can find that again. Lamentation. Here. Where did it say? Yeah. Look. Our inheritance has been turned over to aliens. So, and our houses to foreigners. So, our inheritance, which is our land, has been turned over to aliens, being that they're not of the land. Therefore, they just want to reap it and rape it for the resources. So they, like it's not theirs. They just want to take the resources and fly away in their spaceship. you know, aliens are also referred to as, you know, like not from the specific country, but a hacker. But, well, we've got slavery here. Well, you know, like some say that the aliens actually bred the humans as a slave race for that specific reason, or I shouldn't say, yeah, crossbred the human inhabitants, you know, like the earthly inhabitant, the people that were inhabiting the earth, bred them with the aliens to create a slave nation to pull the resources up for the alien nation, because they're not connected to that earth. So they don't care, right? They just want to get paid. They just want the resources. And that was, you know, like how they started the interbreeding and all that kind of thing as they swept across the planet, mixing bloodlines with the aliens, those that weren't from this earth. Wow. Don't forget here, because look who's here. I'm not, you know, I'm just channeling here. This is not my ideas. I couldn't dream about it. And how do we move forward? How do we move forward and reclaim? Healing the sacral chakra. Now this is the healing the creativity, healing those wounds of those chakras, lower chakras, because that's what they used to mind control us. They used the sexual energy. Oh, yeah, look, I just said that, right? And then look what come out. So they used that for mind control. So this needs to be healed in every last one of us. So using creativity, meditation, going within, learning these things actually will help open up and clear those wounds, because it takes it away from, you know, like being able to forgive the self and realise that it's a much bigger entity at play than oneself. Forgiveness of the self, forgiveness of the self and self. It just sounds weird to me for some reason. And moving on to be able to create again and be fruitful from this chakra. And give life in the spring again. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Wow, that is just like an amazing reading. I'm not sure what to call it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to call this. I hope it helped though. I hope it gives somebody some sort of perspective as to how things are and how to move forward in their own journey, because it comes down to being the individual in their own journey and how they heal and grow themselves in alignment with God's word, which is God's creations, God's law, God's gifts, God's gifts that was given to the people. Working with it, with the God's gifts and not against them. And and create the Emperor as an individual. Every individual's higher power was given to us. We just got to realise that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you in the next reading. I might call it The Burden of Creation to go with my painting there. So I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.